Welcome, everybody. Today we have the IVTC North America Regional Finals today. That's right, the Tarot Championship. It is day 2. We have 3 more sets to watch today. 2 semifinal matches and then 1 final matchup, which will determine who is the NA representative that will go on to face the rest of the teams in the West Finals in a couple weeks. So we're gonna have some pretty exciting matches here today. Now we did have a total of 7 teams for this tournament, but 3 teams have been eliminated, so only 4 teams remain today. To give you a look at the bracket, these are the teams that we're going to be seeing today. These are the matchups. We have for the semifinals round 1, we have Mean Girls versus Xena. We haven't seen Mean Girls at all. If you take a look here at the bracket specifically, Mean Girls did not play yesterday. They were actually given a bye into round 2. Not entirely sure why, probably because it's a 7-person tournament. There was probably some sort of reason, random chance. I actually don't know. Regardless, they are now in round 2. And then that is our first semifinals matchup. Then we have GR8V, also known as Great Value, I believe, going up against Sharks today, which had a crazy matchup yesterday. Really entertaining matchups. Honestly, all the matches from yesterday were phenomenal. Team Rocket, PMO, and Big Back Gaming were all eliminated. However, each match was very entertaining to watch, and each team fought very hard. But the winner of these 2 matches here will be going into the finals. And as a reminder, the finals will be best of 5. As you can see here, we have best of 3s for the semifinal matches, but the final matches will be a best of 5. So it's going to be a little bit of a longer set compared to, a simple best of 3. And we might actually get to see a lot more entertaining matches because we'll maybe see some, mixed up strategies. We'll see some new characters coming out here because we actually saw quite a bit of the same characters yesterday. We saw a lot of Anns, a few Naiads, a couple Hullabaloos doing really well on the side of the Hunters. We also saw Wildling being a very popular king pick, which totally makes sense. But a very interesting combo that I was actually unaware of was the forward plus little girl combo actually did really well yesterday. So that was quite interesting. But to show our teams for today, here we have Team Great Value. Took me a while to realize that the GR8 stood for great, even though I've made quite a few memes of GR8 things in the past. But that is our first team that we'll be seeing today. Then we have Team Mean Girls, which is kind of making their debut today. We have not seen this team at all yet. We did not get to see them at all yesterday. So today is the first time we'll get to see them. And if it'll be maybe 1 or 2 matches, we'll have to see if Mean Girls, make through to the next round. Then, of course, we have Sharks, which I might be a little bit biased towards just because I absolutely love their logo. And, despite being not highly as ranked compared to some of the other teams, this team performed extremely well in their matches. So I have nothing but praise for Sharks. They are doing extremely well in this tournament and have been a really fun team to watch, I must say. And then finally we have Z1NA, which I've just been calling Xena. I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation, but here we have our final team to wrap things up here, and they've been performing very well in this tournament as well. So I'm excited to see our matches. Of course, our first matchup today will, of course, be, as we can see, Mean Girls versus Xena. So we should be getting started with the ban and picks very shortly. I think I'll just go ahead and tell. Yep, they're good to start ban and picks here. And then we should be very soon getting into the first match. So I'm glad to see the chat excited, cheering for your favorite team. Yes, make sure to cheer for your favorite teams out there, because they're gonna see that support. And trust me, if you guys have ever played in a tournament before, you will know that any form of support, any form of cheering, really goes a long way in tournaments like these. Nerves are running high. Nobody can play at their very best when you're nervous. So always seeing a little bit of support from the chat is very helpful to these teams. And especially since it's going to be a longer day than yesterday. We have the same amount of sets, but... Sorry for my chair. We have the same amount of sets, but the finals will, of course, be that best of 5. which will make things a little bit longer here. So looks like they're getting started with the with these bet and picks. So let's head on over here. Here we are. Here we got the bet and picks. This is, of course, Mean Girls versus Xena as our first matchup here. So let's see. Oh, it looks like they're choosing Arms Factory. So, fun fact: if you actually missed out on day one, there was not a single Arms Factory pick when it came to deciding maps. Arms Factory was pretty much nowhere to be seen. It was always Hospital round 1, and then it was Red Church. So it looks like Mean Girls is wanting to shake things up here a little bit here. So it's going to be, looks like it'll be Arms for round 1, Sacred Heart Hospital for round 2, which means if we do see a Red Church pick, it will be in that round 3 situation. That is, of course, if we don't have a 2-0. Fun fact as well from yesterday, every single set was a 2-0. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of the matchups were close. I think there was only, of the matches that we saw yesterday, only a couple of them were not extremely close. But I want to say that there was a match that was won within a half a second. It was extremely, extremely intense. Like, if you guys haven't seen it, I highly recommend, you know, obviously don't click off this one because the finals are coming up here. But if you get the chance to watch yesterday's stream, oh my goodness, it was so intense. Seeing a win within a half a second from one of those teams was like nothing I'd ever seen before, like in all of Identity V, especially like in a match like Tarot where it's just kind of a race, which I just find to be super, super interesting. But yeah, I love to see all the support from the chat. Love to see everybody cheering on their favorite team. That's super, super awesome. I personally excited to see what Mean Girls is going to be able to do here, because we don't exactly know what they're capable of. We haven't got to see them at all. But it looks like they will be choosing Axeboy as their hunter. Okay, interesting. Axeboy. We haven't seen Axeboy yet either. Okay. Yeah, Axeboy is a new pick. We have not seen Axeboy at all in this tournament just yet. But we have seen Perfumer and Naiad, that's for sure. I believe Xena went with the Perfumer and Naiad pick from yesterday. Got a little Naiad emote to pair with it. Is that a skin for Naiad? Is that one of her skins? I actually don't know. Yeah, I actually don't know. Interesting. It's a nice looking sticker though. And it looks like they'll be choosing... Ooh! Mean Girls will be choosing Batter as their king as well. Okay. That's another new pick. Interesting. Yeah, so Mean Girls has a different character selection from a lot of the other teams. Axeboy and Batter. Okay, well, that's definitely something new. That's exciting. And that's going to be... So it's going to be Axeboy versus Perfumer, and then Naiad versus Batter, I believe. Interesting. That's gonna be quite difficult for that Naiad, because once again, there's a lot of windows on Arms Factory, and Batter can vault so extremely fast, and it's gonna be really tough anytime you pull back that harpoon. He's vaulting over that thing whether you want him to or not. So this Naiad's gonna be really gonna have to be really careful how she's gonna water off some of those windows there. And then as for Axeboy, I guess Axeboy versus Perfumer, I guess the best thing is try to bait out the perfumes with the flares. I think that's the best thing that you can do, and then maybe try to get a cheeky hit on in there, but we'll have to see. We will have to see. But it looks like we are about to start here, so let's see. Match should be starting any second now. I think we're all just getting the teams in rooms here, preparing in for the battle for our first set. Round 1, of course. Gonna be very, very exciting. Lots of excitement from the chat. You'll love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. Okay. Yep, looks like we're getting into things here. Here we go. Of course, we have... This is Mean Girls versus Xena. This is also round 1 of this matchup here. So let's see how it will be played today. Let's head on over and see. As a reminder, it's going to be Batter and Perfumer as the kings, and then Naiad and Axeboy as our hunters. We do see that that new Axeboy skin coming out here from the Archer Essence. You love to see it. Probably one of my favorite Axeboy skins personally. And then from the side of Mean Girls, it looks like we're going to be seeing... I think this is Enchantress and Prostitute, so 2 harassers. And then an Enchantress on the side of Xena as well, along with a Cheerleader as well. Cheerleader was a very popular pick when it came to the Squires yesterday. Very strong Squire, I must say. Anytime you can get your King up to 28 stacks, that's a free revive right there, which gives a lot of incentive for the Hunter to chase the Cheerleader. But, you know, sometimes when it comes to Terra, you really don't want to chase those Squires. So Cheerleader can be quite a bit of a menace, that's for sure. And just that passive speed bonus that she gets, the 5% passive speed bonus when Cheerleader is giving those cheers, plus the speed boost that you can get by using up some of those stacks, it can be a huge, huge pain. That is for sure. But, you know, when it comes to Terra, we saw a lot of, a couple of these matches ended in one of 2 ways. One, it came down to the battle of attrition and who could last longer with what items. And then it came down to the camp. The camp is very, very important when it comes to Terra as well. If 2 of the Squires are injured and you're able to perform some form of double hit, that King is not going to get rescued, and it could be a lot of trouble. A whole lot of trouble, that's for sure. So let's see here. I guess we're starting things off here with Xena's Naiad here. It looks like both Hunters are actually bringing Insolence as well. Quite interesting. It's not very often that you see an Axe Boy with Insolence, but, you know, in a Tarot setting, you don't really need detention, so it's not exactly super unheard of here. We're going to see a really nice stun from this Squire to start things off with, getting even more distance for the Prostitute. We're going to be chilling here in this sandbags area, this deep sandbags area, working with these... Oh, actually, we're not sitting here. Okay, we're going to just transition in, then transition out. Actually, it seems like the Axe Boy has already gotten a couple of hits here. Look at the Axe Boy's presence. Oh, my goodness. This Axe Boy has a lot of presence here to work with. We actually do not see... Oh, there's the Perfume. We do get the Cheerleader down, which means that the 42 stacks on the Perfumer is going to go away soon. But we do not see that Enchantress here to support the King for this Perfumer, so she's going to have to solo kite this out here for a while. I take that back. Now the Perfumer is finally here. We do see that Addiction Dark Pulse slowing down the survivors here. The Flare will not connect, but do we see the hit? We just go for a hit onto the Enchantress instead while the Perfumer goes for a quick little Perfume there. I must say, this Axe Boy is absolutely cooking right now because he is at full presence. Let's take a look-see at the items as well. I should actually have this out here. Now we're going to see a Pocket Watch being used here from the Perfumer. So that's going to take a while for the Axe Boy to land a hit here. Let's check in with the Naiad here and see how she's doing. Looks like she has gotten a couple hits onto this batter. At first I was thinking that the Axe Boy was in the lead, but with the batter 1 hit away from going down, this could be pretty bad. They do have quite a few good pallets here to work with. We do see the pallets done there. And it looks like Xena's Hunter will hold on to their excitement for now. Both Hunters, again, are holding on to their excitement for now, it seems. They don't want to waste that trait too early, it seems. We got double support here once again. And now we see a Pocket Watch being used. That's going to buy a lot of time for the batter. He's definitely going to make that barmaid drink off, that is for sure, 100% of the time. So with that, with the watch, let's check in now with the Axe Boy here. Still pursuing after the Perfumer, except we'll make a quick pit stop here to knock down this Cheerleader here once again. Both of Perfumer's Squires have been knocked down, except Enchantress just now heals herself up once again. Neither Hunter has used that excitement. Perfumer still has a Perfume and will heal up with that Dublin very soon. Doesn't drop the pallet though. Will we be able to see a hit here onto the Perfumer? It looks like that is not going to be the case. The flywheel to make the drink, and the Enchantress coming in to support. That was really good timing from this Enchantress, letting the Perfumer get that drink off just in time. We got frame drops. Now we good, bro. We good. Only in Terra, bro. Only in Terra do I get these types of things. It's just such an intense matchup. It's also probably because of the Naiad and whatnot. What a snipe from the Axe Boy. Oh my goodness. That is such a good snipe here. Oh my goodness. Perfumer's still getting a whole lot of distance though. Let's see. Let's swap on over to the Naiad here and see how she's doing. A little bit lost right now, actually. Okay, I guess we're just trying to water off Shaq, but it looks like they transition away. What a 3-stack here, except it looks like the Naiad will be popping that excitement there, except she looks a little bit slow. I hope this isn't any form of lag or something. That does look a little bit slow from this Naiad, I must say. Although I did just see a down onto the Perfumer from the side of the Axe Boy here. and will excitement to make sure he does not get stunned. That's going to be the first king in the chair, and we're just going to go for a quick instant rescue here. There's the gunshot and the bubbles to start working with here. Just going to go quickly hit that bubble here. Might as well get as many points as possible. I do see so many buffs onto this Axe Boy right now. Stack of 2 Overwhelm. We see a speed pill, attack pill. Oh my goodness. And all these resistances. There is so much raw stats with this Axe Boy right now. He is just absolutely crazy. We're going to see a good flame here. The flame will knock down the cheerleader, but not that king. You really, really want to hit that king. Unfortunately, not going to be able to. We do break the tree from this Enchantress here, and we'll just body block here. Although, I don't think that was even necessary. I think he definitely could have sidestepped there. But it looks like the Perfumer now has a football. She'll be able to make a lot of distance here. Except, what a snipe from the Axe Boy. Oh my goodness. And no Squire is up. They're going to have to go for some form of double rescue. This is looking like it's going to be in favor of Mean Girls now. The Perfumer isn't even struggling, actually. Interesting. Not even struggling. And it looks like the Naiad will be still pursuing after this batter. 82 water on that batter at the moment. Although she's looking a little bit slow, I must say. I don't know if she's at her best ping at the moment. I really don't know if that's a ping issue or if it's just no, she does have a speed pile. I'm really not sure why she looks so slow here. Might be a little bit of lag. It's really hard to say. But regardless, it's still looking really, really good for the side of Mean Girls here. What a body block there from the Enchantress, I must say. Batter just unfortunately cannot seem to get over 100% water for this Naiad. Gonna get even more distance with that elbow pad here. And he still has all 3 balls to work with. I just realized he still has so many resources to work with. As for this Axe Boy, though, there might be still a good amount of distance in between him and the Perfumer, but I mean, he's got a flame ready. Can he go for another snipe here? Let's see the confined space coming through. Will this be the hit? We do see the hit. This should be the down. He has excitement. There's nothing the Enchantress will be able to do. And that should be the win for Mean Girls here in round 1. Wow, okay. I don't know how I feel about that. That Nia looked a little bit slow. But regardless, that was still wonderfully played from that Axe Boy, going for some of those crazy, crazy flare snipes. So yeah, Mean Girls is showing that even though they're here in round 2 and haven't fought yet, like they can still put up a fight, that's for sure. Doing very, very well here in the very first round. I must say, that was very well played. And now we have to see how the teams will go into round 2. Because now we have to deal with a map like Hospital. That was the first time we got to see Arms Factory. And now we're going back to Hospital. 2 very, very survivor-leading maps here in a typical IDV game. But in Tarot, I mean, the thing I find to be really interesting about Tarot is because you're on the same map. Something that can be really good to do is beeline it for the strongest areas, waste all of the resources there, and then transition out. And then try to never kite back toward that area again, because if you don't, you'll know it's already, it's already used up. But then if the other team goes that way, you're the one that used the resources, and it was their hunter that took the time to break it all. That's why on a map like Hospital, you see a lot of the survivors beelining it straight to the hospital immediately, because you already know the hunter that has to break that God pallet getting into Birdcage, that's the hunter that's at the disadvantage, you know? That's what makes things pretty difficult here. There's so many ways to play Tarot. There's so many different ways to consider it, because there's just so many possibilities with there being 2 teams going on at once. Now it does look like we're going to be seeing a sub player from the side of Mean Girls. Actually, looks like we're going to be subbing out Himiko and then putting in Yuna Iconic, it seems. Interesting. Okay. Well, this is not new. This is not new that we have seen subs. A lot of players do have some subs, and that's why we have more than 4 players on some of these teams here, just to see, some players might excel at certain characters or excel in certain rounds, or maybe just be a comfort thing. It's really hard to say here. And it looks like that will be the only sub that we're going to be seeing. Let's move on over back to the ban and picks here now. Looks like From the side of Mean Girls, they will be banning out that Perfumer. They do not want to deal with Perfumer as the king, it seems. Yeah, Perfumer has been a very popular king character as well. It's been Perfumer, Wildling, Forward, I think have been the 3 most used kings in this tournament, I will say. I think we saw a Gravekeeper as well. We saw that Batter today. And it looks like we'll be going for a Naiad again from the side of Xena. Okay. Interesting. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about it, because the Naiad seemed to struggle a little bit with that Batter. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. Yeah, we do have a very small amount of bans when it comes to this tournament. It's not a ton of them, just a few. Just to kind of show you, you know, a little bit of the ban and pick feeling how it is like in a official tournament. Obviously, it's way different when it comes to Tarot and the official game, but you know, it's nice that we still kind of incorporate that ban and pick system just a little bit here. And now it looks like, yeah, Mean Girls will have to choose both a knight and a king that isn't Knight and Perfumer, and they're choosing to play Toy Merchant. Now this I was gonna be concerned at first, because Toy Merchant isn't exactly the strongest kiter, but you guys have to remember, this is Hospital, so this is actually a pretty smart pick here from Mean Girls, because if you keep going into Hospital, the Toy Merchant will be able to get so many uses of that glider. And she'll be able to get so much distance with it. It's an absolute menace chasing a Toy Merchant here, especially when you can body block a lot of the entrances as a Squire to the Hospital, and just buy even more time for that Toy Merchant to make a lot of distance here. And then from the side of Mean Girls, we'll be seeing a Fool's Gold pick as well. Interesting. Fool's Gold, huh? Okay, this is the first time we'll be seeing a Fool's Gold. Fool's Gold's not bad on Hospital. I mean, if you're going to be chasing down... actually, we don't know what they're chasing down just yet. The Naiad's gonna have to do with the Toy Merchant, but who will the Fool's Gold have to do with? That's the big question, because they cannot choose Toy Merchant and they cannot choose Perfumer. So a character that works well against Fool's Gold, definitely not anybody who'd be weak to chips. Probably a character that would excel heavily at gaining distance or tight kiting a little bit here. We'll have to see. Maybe a rechargeable resource type character, maybe, we'll see. Or they'll just go for something standard like a Wildling or a Forward or something like that. Because we do see quite a few kings in that kind of field. And actually, we'll be Puppeteer. Okay. Well, Puppeteer is a little bit 50-50 versus Fool's Gold, because he is a little bit weak to those chips. But if you use him properly, make sure you're out in the open when you use those Lewises, it actually won't be so bad. You just kind of have to position yourself well. And, you know, we've seen Xena do that very effectively with the Puppeteer, I believe, last time. I think they chose Puppeteer yesterday as well. So if anybody's gonna, you know, put the Puppeteer to maximum usage, I do think it could be Team Xena here. And we should be getting started here with the second round any second now. Yeah, the stairs will definitely be a little scary, that's for sure. Fool's Gold really likes it when people goes up the stairs on Hospital, because throwing an axe at those stairs means that the entire stairway turns into an unstable ground, and there's pretty much nothing you can do to escape it unless you have like an item, a flywheel. I guess you could use a Lewis, but at that point you're still taking a chip anyway, so it's like, do you really want to do that? It's kind of hard to say. How are the matches going? We're just getting started here. We just finished our first match, and that was 1.4 Team Mean Girls. Now we're getting into the second match here, where we might see a bit of a comeback here, or maybe we'll see Mean Girls take it. It is kind of hard to say. It's really hard to judge, since these games are pretty close. Although, looks like Mean Girls did kind of have a bit more of a dominant game, but I can't help but wonder if it was due to a little bit of lag on the Naiads, and it's pretty hard to say, because there was no confirmation there. But it looks like the teams are ready, so let's head on over and see how they are doing. Let's make sure to change the score to be accurate. This should be 1 point, of course, for Team Mean Girls, and I think we are ready to go. I'm actually pretty excited to see how the Toy Merchant pick is going to work on Sacred Heart Hospital, because I know. I mentioned that I have not really played much of much tarot in my time, but I have seen the toy merchant on Hospital, and she does cook. She definitely cooks, so I'm really excited to see that. That's for sure. We got the moon face and the puppet Leos out here as the defaults as well. Quite interesting. Quite interesting. Let's see. And for Squires, on Wednesdays we wear S tiers. Isn't today Sunday? Anyways, we got the small child, the little girl, and the prospector on the side of Mean Girls with the toy merchant king. And then Xena's got the puppeteer with the cheerleader and the barmaid this time. Okay. Yeah, barmaid's a bit of an interesting pick, because I don't feel like she's going to be that good in the late game, to be completely honest with you. Like, she'll be very good in the mid game when she can give drinks to that puppeteer, but once she's out of her drinks, she doesn't really give much support to the team. So it looks like they're going to invest a lot in the early and mid game here from Team Xena. Like, the barmaid can give some items to the puppeteer later on, but I don't really know how effective this will be. But we do know that barmaid and puppeteer do make for quite a combo in the regular Identity V game, but in tarot, it's not really something that I have seen before. I'm still kind of surprised that we have yet to see a cowboy. Honestly, there has not been a single cowboy here to sabotage anybody, and I'm honestly kind of surprised. It might not. Maybe we'll see it in the finals. I don't know. Maybe it's just that none of these survivors are very good with cowboy. I'm just kind of surprised that we haven't even seen a single one yet. But let's take a look. See here. Last time we started with the Naiad. Let's take a look at the Fool's Gold here. Let's see what the Fool's Gold is going to do here from the start. We do have a bit of... Is that Quenching Effect? We do have Quenching Effect, which is interesting. Because both hunters automatically have that Clairvoyance. Not getting the best pickaxe there because it did not use the axe onto the stairs. But the kite will be starting onto this puppeteer right away. And we do, of course, have some reduction onto this Fool's Gold here. Let's make sure we can take a look at the items here. Both hunters, of course, bringing insolence here once again. And Matthias starting off with a pretty good kite here, I must say. Not using any Lewis's and making really good use of that cheerleader speed boost here. Let's see, he can still eat one more hit with that Lewis, but I guess he's just going to try to keep his speed going here. This is a very weak pallet, and we will get just a quick hit onto the cheerleader here. Fool's Gold off to a pretty good start, I must say, but it looks like the Naiad is doing quite well for herself too. We do see a knockdown on here, which by a lot of distance for this puppeteer. He'll throw the axe, but the puppeteer is already at the top and is inside that hospital. Let's see how the Naiad's doing here, chasing after this toy merchant. I don't really see if she has any catapults at the moment. I'm not really sure if she's placed down any of them. But we're going to be trying to water off this entire forest area here. And we'll go for the perfume. But that is a very, very clean perfume from the side of this toy merchant, I must say. That timing was absolutely impeccable, especially for Knight having such a very quick swing speed. But I think with this, we might see a water hit onto the toy merchant. We do. We could perfume, but it's a little too dangerous. I think it's best to just go for, yep, it's best to just take the hit and run away, get that distance. As you can see, the Knight was ready to respect it. We do now see the little girl here. Will we see the catapult? Yes, we do. Catapult's going to give us so much distance all the way over here. And actually, both teams are meeting up in this one little area now. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is where things could get absolutely crazy. Nine's taking a little bit of time to wonder, where should I set up my harpoon exactly? Dude, I just see weapons flying all over the place. What the heck? I see harpoons. I see axes. What's going on here? Now all we need is a sword, and we have the fire and weapon triangle. My goodness. Sorry, fire and brain rot there. Oh, what a pallet stun from the little girl. Oh my goodness. The pomegranate child is just hitting that pallet so powerfully. My goodness. And yeah, this toy merchant gets now into the ruins area. Back to her catapult too. Oh my goodness, what a route from this toy merchant here. She knows exactly what she's doing. And the Naiad, being in this this fish form, cannot break that. And we will just go for a quick little what a perfume again. Oh my goodness. A quick stun and a quick excitement. This Naiad is kind of honestly on the same pace as this Fool's Gold. I was gonna say at the moment this Naiad is struggling to catch up to this toy merchant. And now we're just gonna, yep, there's the glider. See, this is what I was talking about, dude. The toy merchant being so powerful, getting so much distance. However, Naiad's keeping up with her pretty fast. I mean, she's so fast in this fish form, but with the elbow pad getting back to ruins, it's still gonna be quite difficult for her to manage to get any hit anytime soon. Especially since that toy merchant I could see was routing back to that catapult as well. Now, Fool's Gold's coming out to the Puppeteer here. Got that shield set up here. Will we see a Lewis? We do not see any Lewis. In fact, the Fool's Gold will swing at the shield. Does see the barmaid, and surprisingly, that does hit behind the pallet. Interesting play. I cannot believe that, actually. We do see the barmaid still has a drink to give to that Puppeteer later. At the moment, though, this is looking pretty drawed up. I also find it quite interesting that a lot of these teams are saving the pallets. They're not dropping these pallets like crazy. And the Fool's Gold is trying to go for a little bit of a red light trick here onto this Puppeteer. And it kind of worked somewhat. Not all the way, but it actually did work a little bit here. We'll get a quick hit down onto the cheerleader once again for this Fool's Gold. Going to get even more points and presence with that. And almost a full press down onto the barmaid here as well. And surprisingly, the God Palette is still available. Nobody has dropped the God Palette yet. I can't believe that. I generally can't believe that. We still have God Palette. Let's see here. Where it looks like the Lewis is a little bit scared of getting a drop down hit. Does actually get a drop down hit here. This could be a little bit dangerous for the Puppeteer. He's gonna have to use a second Lewis here. Actually, did not even use the Lewis. The Puppeteer is in a lot of danger right now. We're gonna need to see his teammates come on in. The Toy Merchant is still at full health. This Puppeteer, though. Yeah, now both teammates are here, but they're both injured. But there's the football. They get so much distance right now. So much distance. Would have been really nice if the barmaid was able to maybe give a quick drink to that Puppeteer. What a snipe from the Fool's Gold. That clairvoyance is helping out so much. We do actually see the drink coming through. Not from the barmaid, though. I think that's just from the Puppeteer's specific inventory. And we see both teams' decoding progress are actually pretty the same. 150 on both sides. Oh, almost a snipe on the Puppeteer once again. I think he will be able to manage to get that drink, even though he doesn't quite have any Lewises. Let's check in with the Naiad here. Actually uses an excitement pop. And hits around that perfume. Looks like she's starting to get a little bit used to these Toy Merchant's instant perfumes. And will knock down that Prospector before he's able to go for any sort of stuns here. Yeah, this is definitely a battle of attrition, though. That is for sure. Both teams are just not letting up to these Hunters. Neither Hunter can seem to get a single knockdown. Not a single person is in the chair yet. And the Puppeteer is still healing, too. Oh, my goodness. Wow, have you ever seen a Naiad break a pallet that fast? We might see her break this catapult. Yep, there's finally... One of those catapults are out of here. That catapult has definitely been very, very annoying for this Naiad, I must say. We do see the Fool's Gold getting shot off in the distance here. They finally have dropped the God Palette, it seems. Finally, we do see that God Palette being utilized. And what a combo! Oh my goodness, little girl pushing the Naiad back, giving the distance that the Toy Merchant needed to glide properly. And then the Prospector giving even more distance. Wow, what amazing teamwork from the side of Mean Girls, I must say. This combo is just absolutely insane. And with not a single king being chaired yet, I think it's going to come down to the exit gate. These teams are going to need to start getting into the gates. The gates are going to open in about 2 minutes. They're going to have to start kiting toward these gates because whoever gets out first is going to be the winner. And I don't think it's going to come down to camping at all. I think it's going to come down to that exit gate. It's going to be so very important. If Naiad can somehow push these survivors away from the gates, that's exactly what she's going to need. And same with this Fool's Gold here. It does not look like he's going to get a hit on this Puppeteer anytime soon at all. This barmaid did give her drink to the Puppeteer, and he's healing so much. They just can't get these kings down. These Hunters are struggling so much to get these kings down. These kings and their supporters are doing so well in this matchup, dude. Absolutely well. Puppeteer trying to bait out so many of these. Where is he going? Look at the speed. I've never seen Matthias run this fast in my entire life. Oh my goodness. Sheesh, what a football. And still so many Lewises to use. We do see the Puppeteer flywheels that as well, saving those Lewises for as long as possible, especially since he doesn't get those back as easily. But the flywheel, he can wait for 135 seconds, but no more flywheel until the gate is ready. Lots of body blocking here from the side of the Xena Squires here. Does go for another Lewis. 50 seconds till that gate opens, so it's definitely going to come down to this gate. Goes for a snipe, but it's not really going to do much since he does have that Lewis here. Yeah, it's so close now. The Puppeteer's trying to stay as close as possible to this gate because the gates are opening in about 30 seconds. Let's see how Naiad's doing. Actually, both teams are right next to this gate. It's going to come so close. It's going to just depend on who gets there first. Oh, we do see a hit here. That does almost down one of the Squires, it looks like. But this Toy Merchant is healing with a Dovlin. We do see a shot. Oh my goodness, it's coming down so close. She's going straight for the gate. She's beelining in for the gate. She has a football too. She's gonna save the football. Another gun, but I don't think it hit the Naiad. I think it missed. I think it missed. The gates are opening in 10 seconds. With the football, I think the Toy Merchant can get out in time. Oh my goodness. Wait. The Puppeteer's not near the gate. But the Toy Merchant is. She's gonna get out. She gets out with the football. Oh my goodness, saving that football to get out the gate. That is the second time we have seen an out the gate survivor win. Only in NA, I believe that's happened. The host was telling me yesterday that only in NA has this happened. Oh my goodness, dude. That is absolutely insane. That was a battle of attrition, dude. There's just so many items, so much for these hunters to deal with. And they just couldn't keep up on a map like Hospital, dude. It's just simply too hard for hunters to keep up on a map like this. That was insane, though. And I think that means that is going to be a 2-0 for the side of Mean Girls. I will check in with the host. I believe that is correct. But I'm pretty sure that will be the victory for Team Mean Girls here. Which means they'll be going on to the finals. That is a bit unexpected, I must say. A team that we have not seen at all. No information on this team. And now, we're seeing them in the finals. I'm pretty sure. Let's see here. Yep, it does. Yep, it is the win for Team Mean Girls indeed. So, huge congratulations to Mean Girls for winning their debut set as well. They were not here to play at all yesterday. And now, they're going on to the finals. So, really, really good stuff from the side of Mean Girls here. Really, really good stuff. I actually just realized that their logo is supposed to be some lips. That's actually quite creative. I don't know who designed that logo, but that is definitely some creativity there. So I don't know who that was, but shout outs to the logo designer. That's pretty creative. I like that. So now, with that being said, I believe we are going to be moving on to our next set here very, very soon. Of course, if we take a look at our bracket here today, the next set will be between Team Sharks and Team Great Value. So it looks like they're already getting ready here. They're actually all getting into their VCs here. We should be getting ready with the next set here very, very soon. But that was a wonderful first set to start things off with, honestly. We did see quite a few new characters being played as well. I mean, the Fool's Gold and the Axe Boy coming out. You know, not very strong conventional hunters in the current meta, but man, they really played well. They really played well in this set here. So now it is time for the second semifinal match here, and it's going to be a good one, that's for sure. Because both Sharks and Great Value were super strong yesterday. They made for some insane matches yesterday. And you know, as somebody who doesn't really watch Tarot until this tournament, I've been out of my seat, bro. I've been having a blast watching this tournament because these teams are just like, I don't know how they do it, because like when I play Tarot, it's like it just feels so messy. Nobody knows what they're doing. But these guys, it seems like they know what they're doing. They got the strategies down. Like it's wonderful. But I think now we're gonna be getting into the bet and picks here any second now. So we just gotta wait just a couple more minutes, and we should be getting into our second round of the tournament. Keep in mind, this is still a best of 3, so it is not until the finals that we'll be seeing that best of 5. It's still going to be best of 3s. But the big question now is it going to be Team Shark, or will it be Team Great Value that will meet Team Mean Girls in the finals? And as a reminder, too, the finals is just the finals for North America. The winner of this will actually go on to the West Finals and facing other regions in a, like, I guess a free, like, not a free-for-all, but like a true finals, I guess you could say. And that's going to be even more exciting because the battle's not over for whoever wins. They still have another fight to go. So that's going to be very, very interesting here. Yeah, so it looks like both teams are ready. I think we can start with the bet and picks here very soon because I'm all set. Let's just make sure. Yep, it looks like we are good to go. We should start betting picks any second now. Yeah, I love the chat, dude. I love the chat. I love the chat and their support. I see a lot of support for Team Sharks as well. Looks like there's a lot of support for Team Sharks. A lot for Great Value though too. It's going back and forth. That's good to see. That is good to see. That's what you like to see. I love people coming out cheering for their favorite teams. Especially when you have like friends on your team, you know, that's always the best. Is like you always want to watch your friends do well, cheer for your friends. That's the best. Yep, looks like Venom picks are starting. Let's go over and see. This is, of course, Sharks versus Great Value. So let's make sure that is what it looks like here. And it looks like Arms Factory will be chosen once again for the map. Okay, so Arms Factory was nowhere to be seen yesterday, but now we see Arms Factory round 1 twice in a row. Even though yesterday it was Hospital and Hospital. Yep, but there it is again. Hospital will be played for the second round of this set, and that means Red Church will be the final one, it seems. So interesting. Same setup as the last set, except now we have Arms Factory. I'm kind of curious to see what changed, because both of these teams did not want to play on Arms Factory, but all of a sudden they want to play on Arms Factory. So I don't know why that is the case, but maybe they have some form of game plan. Who can really say? But now we'll see the character picks here. Looks like Great Value will be choosing their Hunter here first, and yeah, I mean we did see both of these two yesterday. They're actually going to be choosing Night Watch. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I'm excited to see this one because I might be a little bit biased, but I'm a Night Watch main myself, so I'm actually kind of curious to see what Great Value will cook up here with this Ithaca. That's going to be fun because we didn't get to see Night Watch at all yesterday or today. So this is the first time we're seeing Night Watch in this tournament here. Now let's see what Sharks will pick. They get to pick a King and a Hunter that isn't Night Watch. And I think we still saw a lot of Ann picks. I'm wondering if we'll see an Ann pick here soon, because Ann was pretty popular. We did see Hullabaloo a couple times as well, so maybe an Ann or a Hullabaloo pick here. Oh no, it will be the Sculptor. Okay. I think we did see the Sculptor yesterday too. Okay, Perfumer's coming out here again though. Perfumer, again, very, very popular king. Lots of people like playing that Perfumer. Now we just need to see what Great Value will be picking as their king. And I think we're ready to begin. They have to pick something that's not Perfumer though. Something that isn't Perfumer. Will they choose Wildling? First Officer. Okay. Interesting. So, First Officer, if I'm not correct, should be able to get 3 watches, right? I feel like that's just a free 90-second kite. Yeah, you'll be going up against a Sculptor, though, so you're going to have to be careful about those projectiles. It shouldn't be too hard to evade the basics, but you got to be really careful about those projectiles, that's for sure. Well, I think that's possible, though. So, two new characters that we have not seen. We have not seen the First Officer, and we have not seen the Night Watch. So Great Value is definitely changing things up here, that's for sure. That is for sure. And it looks like the teams are getting ready here. Let's just move on over here. Of course, this is going to be Team Sharks and Great Value. Let's make sure the score is accurate here. Both teams are starting off at 0 points. Let's move this over here. Just a tad, not that. This one here. Or not. Oh, I'm trying to move it. That'll be fine. Okay. Let's get into it here. Let's get into it. Oh, I saw a cowboy there for a second. Looks like it's going to be Little Girl instead. Okay. I was getting a little excited. I kind of want to see that cowboy. Again, not often you get to see that cowboy. Alright, ooh, we get to see Morningstar as well. I do love that Morningstar skin. Seeing the Koa 5 officer as well. We got some good skins out here. A Thief being used again. Interesting. I think we saw a Thief yesterday, and it was pretty hit or miss with how he was being used, actually. It was not exactly effective in the early game, but I think it actually kind of made things a little bit annoying for the Hunter toward that mid and late game, but yeah, it looks like we're going to see Enchantress and Cheerleader here as well. I think Enchantress and Cheerleader have probably been the 2 most popular Squire picks. Maybe Little Girl as well. I think these 3 characters have actually just been the 3 most popular Squire picks. We've seen a lot of Prospector as well, but I think it's definitely been Little Girl, Enchantress, and Cheerleader being 3 of the most popular. We've seen quite a bit of Doc as well. Batter a couple times. And any form of character that just has like good support. You really want that good support usually. But here we go. We're starting our second set, the very first round, Sharks versus Great Value. Let's see how it's gonna go. And this is also Arms Factory, by the way. Arms Factory round 1 once again. Even though it wasn't played at all yesterday, this is now the second time it's being played. So I guess we're starting things off here with the Sculptor. Let's see how this Sculptor will start her chase, immediately going for that little speed boost here. Nightwatch, we're not going to see any insolence from the side of the Nightwatch, but the Sculptor does actually have this insolence. And we see the Officer has the little girl buddy with him as well. We're going to see an instant hit onto the Thief. He didn't really do any backup at all. We do see insolence and confined space from this Sculptor. That does seem to be the final builds here, with excitement on both hunters as well. So, you know, off to a decent start from both sides. The Sculptor definitely wants to get as many quick hits here as possible to charge up that instance, get that presence. Although the Nightwatch, I must say, looks like he's already got quite a bit of presence. I think we'll just go swap over and see how this Nightwatch is doing here. Already knocked down the Cheerleader, taking a good quick look and getting a hit onto the Perfumer without a perfume being used. That's a really, really good start, actually. That's a very, very good start. We're going to see a fast win here. We're going to probably see another Perfume. Flywheel first. There's the Perfume. We'll go for it there. And we do see a refresh being used from the Cheerleader to reset that Perfume cooldown. That's really, really good from the side of this Cheerleader here. Very, very good. Although, if I'm not correct, I think this Nightwatch is one hit away from full presence. Let's see. We do see the stun. A hit onto the Enchantress. Yep, he is now at full presence. And, yeah, this, oh my goodness, this Nightwatch is absolutely cooking. Absolutely cooking right now, although a little bit lost, I must say. I might have to go for that Clairvoyance pill once again. But yeah, this Nightwatch seems to be doing very, very well right now. Getting so many quick hits, so many quick downs. You might see a stun onto the Enchantress. Actually, oh, we do. Okay, we do see a down, or we do see a stun from the Enchantress, I should say. Gonna go for the fast win pullback here once again. We actually hit the Perfumer with that Perfume, and both hunters are chasing in this factory area. Which team will make use of the God Palette here first? It looks like we will not be able to, because the Enchantress will be going down, and the Nightwatch will speedily catch up, while the Cheerleader will block off that window here. We see the pullback, and we do get the down onto the Cheerleader. Oh my goodness. Both Squires are down now, but another Perfume from this Perfumer. So many Perfumes that this Nightwatch has to deal with. And now we're going to be seeing these elf pads. Look at how fast he breaks that pallet at the speed of light. That's terrifying. That's genuinely terrifying. Oh my goodness. But it looks like that Perfumer might be going down pretty soon. Well, not with the support of this Enchantress, though. That Enchantress is supporting very well. That's a Terror Shock! Oh my goodness! What a TS! There is no harassing capabilities from either side here unless they have a gun. We did see excitement forced out, but neither Squire had anything to stun with. That's the first down. Let's check in with the Sculptor here, see how she's doing. Still chasing this Officer here. Probably has used a couple of watches, but still has that that little girl buddy helping him out here. But do you see the pushback from the little girl? Actually still has one memory fragment to work with as well. So we could see even more distance. Oh, this Thief is just kind of trying to be a bit of a menace in the back here. There's the second pushback here. Now the Officer has to kind of rotate around to this area, while the Thief will try to meet the Sculptor as well. Go for that flashlight to make sure she can't use those statues as effectively. She's trying to face the opposite direction, but it's a little bit tricky. And the little girl will get actually off the Officer. Both teams now going for a heal here, while the first Officer will be using his watch now. Both teams are healing at the exact same time, though. That's quite interesting that they're healing at the exact same time. First Officer does get the second pocket watch here, buying so much time. That heal is definitely going to go off for both sides. Even has some perfumes here for a little bit of extra measure. But on the side of the Nightwatch, looks like he's getting a lot of hits onto this Perfumer. I would say at the moment, this Nightwatch has a very big lead right now, because this is going to be a second down onto this Perfumer, and I don't think either Squire is going to be able to catch up in time and manage to rescue this Perfumer from the balloons. So that's going to be the second down onto the Perfumer. But it looks like the Sculptor has finally gotten down this first Officer. So this is going to be the first tear onto the Officer. Although the Nightwatch just knocked down this Enchantress. So it is up to this Cheerleader. Can she do the impossible? Unfortunately, she cannot. This is going to be it. That's going to be the kill. Unless Enchantress can pick herself up in time. But then the Nightwatch has excitement. It won't matter. Wait, they picked themselves up at the same time. There's still a chance. No, she canceled attack recovery. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh, that is so unfortunate. That is not what you want to see. Not what you want to see at all. Oh, that came so close. It came down to the camp. That Nightwatch went absolutely berserk, dude. Just had such fast attack recovery, such fast downs. Well played. Very, very well played from both ends. But that Night Watch was absolutely amazing, dude. Absolutely amazing. Now the question is, how will round 2 look? Well, they might have to try to ban out that Night Watch. I just don't know. Maybe. We'll have to see. That was a fast-paced game though. Unlike the last game, that was a very fast game. That did not go like a battle of attrition at all. That was so very fast. But that's just Night Watch for you. A speed demon. A very fast speed demon. Speaking of speed demons, I'm surprised we haven't seen Opera Singer. Is Opera Singer even allowed in Tarot? I actually don't know. I'm not 100% sure. Okay. Let's see here. It looks like we're gonna get back into the ban and picks here. Here we are, ban and pick time. So yeah, that is 1.4 great value now. So great value is 1 point away from meeting Team Mean Girls in the finals. Sharks are gonna have to make a bit of a comeback here, that's for sure. And looks like Sharks will be banning Wax, actually. Interesting. Where great value will be swapping some players here. Swapping in... oh, or no? We aren't swapping? Okay, I'm actually a little confused now. Interesting. Are they actually gonna swap in or no? Okay. Wait. Okay, no, they did. Okay, sorry. They did. I wasn't sure. They did swap. Yeah, great value swapped in Royal Sums, it seems. Okay. Looks like great value will be banning Wildling as a king. Okay. I mean, Wildling can be very annoying as king, so I definitely agree. I definitely agree with going for a bit of a Wildling ban there. That is not bad at all. Especially since we saw him a couple of times yesterday, and he did very, very well. I think the only time the Wildling kind of struggled was when he was up against a Hullabaloo. But you know, Hullabaloo is very, very strong in the current meta, so that's to be expected. It looks like Sharks will be opting for that Galatea pick again, though. They really want to show that the Gala can work out. Let's see, is this set 1 or 2? This is the second set of the day. We are now on set number 2 of the day. We already had our first set. Now we're on to Sharks versus Great Value. And then whoever wins here will be meeting Team Mean Girls in the finals here. Let's see. So we have the Gala, and now Great Value has to pick their Hunter and their King. And they're not going to change it. They're like, let's not fix what isn't broken. Let's go with the Night Watch and the First Officer. I mean, if it worked out last round, why bother fixing it, you know? Why bother fixing it? And as a reminder, this is going to be on Sacred Heart Hospital, too. Sacred Heart Hospital. Which is a lot harder for the Hunters to deal with, so we'll see. And it's going to be Puppeteer as well. Okay. The Puppeteer instead of the Perfumer. Alright. Well, it's going to be a lot more tanky comp, that's for sure. Because the Puppeteer can eat so many more hits than a Perfumer can, but... You know, it tends to be a pretty popular option here. That's definitely a very popular option. Okay. So with that, I think we are now ready to get into the second match. So that should start any second now. I'm very excited to see this. I really do hope that we do get to see a best of 3 though. Or I guess go to round 3. Because we have not seen a single round 3 in this tournament yet, by the way. Every single set that we have seen has been 2-0. Every single one. Not a single one went to round 3. So I'm really hoping we see a bit of a comeback here from Sharks before we end things off here too quick. Let's head on over here, though, to the match. Let's make sure we have the right score here. This is, of course, going to be 1 point for the side of Great Value here. Although it looks maybe a little mispositioned. That should be fine. All right. I think we are ready to go. Let's see how this next match will go. Again, Great Value sticking with the same picks, that Night Watch and that Officer. They don't want to change anything. Don't fix what isn't broken. And that Puppeteer is definitely going to be mixing it up on the playing field, that's for sure. It's still kind of the same with the Perfumer, same logic with the tankiness, but I feel like he's a little more consistent, especially since he can get a couple of heals in the game. That just gives him basically 2 more Lewises, which is just really, really good. But now, I think we're just waiting for the host to start, and then we'll be all ready to go. Let's see here. Yeah, I think we're ready to go. Awesome. Here we go. It is time for the second round of the second set. Now the question is, will they mix up the squires this time? That is the big question. Because the squires are not something that you actually have to like lock in at the character selection. You can kind of pick it right here, and they can kind of just discuss. They don't really have a lot of time though. They only have about a minute to decide. Although it looks like they're not going to mix things up. It looks like Great Value will be keeping the Thief plus Little Girl strategy. Again, if it isn't broken, don't fix it. I think they have their core, their first officer, their Thief, and their Little Girl. Which means if they win this, we might see them play this exact comp in the finals as well. Unless they're holding on to some strategies. Maybe they're still holding on to some strategies. We'll have to see. And then from the side of Sharks, we do see the Cheerleader and the Enchantress here to support. Again, that's going to be very, very strong once again, giving that Puppeteer so much speed to work with the Cheerleader and support, and then the stuns with that Enchantress. So both team comps seem very, very strong. It's just who can get it done faster. That's all this is. Who can get it done faster? And it's going to be on Sacred Heart Hospital. So with the most Survivor-sided map in the game, we might see another battle of attrition here. Maybe we'll see somebody have to get out the gate as quickly as possible, and that might be what we see here. But now, it's time to go. The second match of the second set. Potentially the last match in this set, too, if Great Value can get this this win clutched out here. I mean, with them not changing their strategy at all, it seems like they're very confident in these character picks here. So, I can't help but wonder if they're just feeling super confident right now. I really don't know. Let's see. I think we'll start things off by watching the Night Watch, since last time we watched the Sculptor. Let's make sure we take a good look at these abilities here. And Night Watch is going to go straight for the King. We're just going to be chilling here just for a little bit. Already inside Hospital, as you should be. Both teams getting inside Hospital as quickly as possible. We're just going to dash through that pallet as quickly as possible. A Beep Beep being used from the Cheetah. Look at that speed boost. The Beep Beep plus... the hit damage. Oh my goodness, that hit acceleration is just so very fast. And the Puppeteer is going to continue to loop this area right now, making use of the pallets inside Hospital. See, this is what you want to do. This is my logic when I'm playing Tarot. You always use all the resources. That way, you get the resources and the other team doesn't. That's what I think anyways. This Night Watch, though, breaking these pallets so very fast. Not the best speed boost there being used, but that's fine. Let's see we'll see a dropped pallet here, which kind of... Actually, might kind of hurt that Puppeteer a little bit. He had to take some time to vault over. I don't know if he had the vaulting boost ready just yet, but that's going to be a lot of distance lost from this Puppeteer now. And a little bit lost at where to go. That might be a drop-down hit. Oh my goodness, that was so very close. We're going to see a perfume before we vault that. That's a really good perfume to preserve as many Lewises as possible. Let's check in now with the Sculptor here. She's making this chase onto this first officer as quickly as possible, but this Thief is just an absolute menace. She just can't seem to do with this Thief. And every time she does seem to catch up, the Little Girl pushes her back. This is actually a very interesting combo. It's the Little Girl pushes back the Sculptor into the Thief, who is lagging behind, and then the Thief shines her with the flashlight, makes it so she can't use any abilities or any of her statues to try to hit from afar. And then once finally the Little Girl has no page or to support, or if the Thief doesn't have much, the first officer can then use his pocket watch to stall for so much time, which allows the Little Girl... But that's a terror shock! Wait, but the Night Watch is there in time to help him out! Look at how fast he's jumping over that! Oh my gosh, he's looking like a gosh darn tree frog! Look at that! The speed at which he jumped over that! I don't think I've ever seen Night Watch jump over a window that fast before. Oh my goodness, looking like a jumping spider or something. We do see a good statue being used from this Sculptor here. And now, the Thief has still so much flashlight to use. We'll get a hit onto the Little Girl too. Oh my goodness, dude. I was going to say that was quite a crazy terror shock, but the Night Watch being there at the perfect time, dude. At the absolute perfect time to help out that King. getting him 2 whole bits of health back. We do see another chip being used onto the officer here. If we can get one more cheeky hit, we go for a bit of a red light trick. Flywheel officer is so weird to see, but it is Taro, so it is understandable. And now with this, we see distance pushback, a pocket watch being used, and a drink being used onto the first officer. The little girl will be going down. If this sculptor had warp, I feel like she might be able to manage to get that down in time, but it's not something you can really swap to because I believe this sculptor does have confined and insolence. But for now, let's check in with the Night Watch, see how he's doing. He does get a good hit onto this puppeteer right now. Sitter is here to support, but doesn't really seem like she can manage to do anything super effective without getting in a huge danger zone. Look at how fast he is vaulting through that. Oh my goodness. A flywheel being used in the puppeteer. Does he have anything else to work with? He does not. That will be a down onto the puppeteer. And that is the first down where we're actually ballooning. Do we get to see any form of harassment? We do not. No harassment being used. That's the first chair. Although, now that I'm seeing things, the sculptor is now getting her first chair as well. And yeah, these two teams are about equal right now. This is not over just yet. Although spinning out with the ice, it seems. We do get a quick hit onto the thief. If we can get a good statue hit onto the thief and a basic onto the little girl, this will be a very, very effective camp. Let's see. Let's see. We got to be very, very patient here. Very, very patient. Let's see. They both come in for the rescue at once. They do manage to get the rescue. Might see a down onto the thief. We do see that down onto that thief. And a pushback from the little girl. I almost said the Ford because of the football, but the officer does have a football to work with now and will be getting so much distance with that. Look at that speed. Oh my goodness. So much distance with that. And the vaulting seed from the little girl. Oh my goodness. That is absolutely crazy. But now, checking with this Night Watch, this puppeteer is almost back at full health. Oh my goodness, has had so many resources and healing items, just getting him so far up. Although, that is going to be a hit without a Lewis once again. No Lewis on that hit, but look at how fast this Night Watch is recovering. He just moves so fast. His raw stats are absolutely insane. He has 2 stacks of Overwhelm, a power boost, a power pill, a speed pill, an interaction pill. Like, almost everything he does is the speed of light. I don't know how much longer Luca at High Hop is going to be able to just tank through all of these hits here. Let's see. We do have perfumes and puppets. There's one hit, although that's not good enough here. There's a perfume, although we cannot perfume back, unfortunately. That's going to be another no Lewis hit from the puppeteer. That's 2 hits without a Lewis. That's really, really bad. Although buying a little more distance here with that Enchantress, we're going to have to see one more Lewis being used here. And he's just going to smack it because there's no reason not to. We do see a perfume. Somehow swings around that, which is quite interesting. This might be the down to the puppeteer. He's just barely hanging on. Just barely hanging on. We do see the suck back. Do we see the stun? We do see the stun, but it will be the down to the puppeteer. Do we hit the Enchantress? We excitement and put the puppeteer in the chair. That's the second chair. But the sculptor is getting the second chair as well and has the excitement to work with. So they cannot stun. They cannot stun. This is so neck and neck, dude. This is so neck and neck right now. Oh my goodness. The second chair there. But wait! Both squires are down! They're both down. They're going to have to heal at the exact same time if they want to manage to get the rescue on this puppeteer. I don't know if they're going to be able to. I don't think they're going to be able to. The Enchantress is going to need a gun or something. Can the children get up in time? She gets up, but she gets hit because the ice! The ice will do it! And that's going to be it. But, no, she doesn't make it in time. She was too late. Oh, she was too late. The ice is what did it. The ice. Oh, the ice froze over the water of the sharks, and now they can no longer swim. And that is going to be it. That is going to be the win for great value, I believe. Oh my goodness. What beautiful gameplay from both ends. I thought we were going to see a crazy comeback once I saw that puppeteer at full health, but it seems like that was not the case. What a game, though. What a game. That was absolutely beautiful gameplay from both ends once again. Oh, this is what I mean, dude. These sets are so very intense. So very intense. But yeah, that is going to be the win. Confirmed for Team Great Value. So now, with that being said, the finals matchup is going to be between Team Mean Girls and Team Great Value. Unfortunately, that will be the end of Sharks as well, but they did very well, making it to semifinals. And 2 very close games as well. You know, that game was so very close. If that sculptor made it there one second earlier, who knows how that match would have gone, dude? Who knows? And same with that Night Watch being there to pick up the first officer. I mean, that was such a crazy terror shock. from the side of Sharks Hunter, but with the Night Watch being there, he was able to clutch out a save, which just got him 2 healths back, which was just... It's so game-changing when the Hunter is there to support the King. It's not often because they're busy, you know, doing their thing, but when the Hunter, or the Knight, I should say, is there, it is so very effective. So very effective. But yeah, so that is going to be our second match. What a game, dude. What a game. What a good game. And now, with the finals, we are going to be seeing a best of 5. I actually don't know how the maps work when it comes to best of 5. If we go all the way to round 5, I think we might have to start cycling through some of the maps. I'm not exactly 100% sure. But we should be seeing it here soon. Should be seeing it here very soon. Looks like the teams are already getting into their respective VCs, so we should have the match starting in just a few minutes. So that's the now's the big question. Now's the big question. I'm kind of curious to see. Let's have a poll here. Let's have a quick poll here. I'm actually really curious to see what chat will think. Who will win? Will it be Team Mean Girls, or will it be Team Great Value? Let's see here. I'm actually curious to see what the chat thinks, because Mean Girls we haven't got to see too much of, but they did super well in their last set. But Great Value had to win 2 matches to get here, so it's kind of crazy. It looks like it's actually pretty even. Only about 60% Mean Girls, 57, 50, 50. Oh my goodness, looks like it's almost neck and neck for these 2 teams. Sheesh. Looks like you guys are giving Mean Girls a slight edge though. Just a little bit though. Dang, that is interesting. Don't test me, I'll make alts. Ah, that's interesting. Yeah, that's a dead 50-50 right now. Wow. A dead 50-50. That's crazy. It's going up and down a little bit more, but that is absolutely insane. That both sides have that much support. That is what you like to see though. That is what you like to see. Okay. I think we're about to get into it. I think both teams are now in their VCs. 1 second here. Sorry about that. Looks like hold on here. It looks like we will actually be able to get an interview with the winner of this set as well. So we might have a representative from the team come out here. We'll have a chance to interview to see what they're thinking here. That'll be pretty exciting. But yeah, I think we're all set to go. But yeah, as a reminder, this is going to be best of 5. It's time for the finals. The best of 5. Should be starting any second now. Yeah, all the teams are ready, dude. They're both in their VCs. This is going to be fun. It all comes down to this. The finals. Let's take a look at the teams real quick once again here. We have Mean Girls here. These are the members of Mean Girls making their way to the finals, even though they're starting in day 2. And then we also have Great Value starting from day 1, making their way all the way up to finals as well. So these are our players in the final matchup. I should say of the North America region, because once again, as a reminder, there is still another battle they're going to have to do in the West finals as well. But let's move on over here to our ban and picks. Let's see here. This is going to be, once again, Mean Girls versus Great Value. And it looks like Church will be the first map, actually. And then, oh, they're picking third map? So then what is the second map then? I actually don't know. And maybe it's because it's best of 5. I actually don't know. We'll see. It's gonna be Sacred Heart though. Sacred Heart Hospital as their next choice. Okay, looks like the final poll results with 58 votes. We have 57% Mean Girls and then 43% Great Value. So it looks like there's a small edge that Mean Girls has here. Actually, looks like it's 56 to 43. So not super far apart though. Not super far apart, that's for sure. And it will be Church. Oh, it's random. Oh, okay. So round 2 is gonna be a random map. Interesting. That's gonna make things harder, actually. Church, random map, hospital, random map, arms factory for round 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Yeah, I did not know that was the case. So that means round 2 and round 4 are gonna be pretty chaotic because you can't really formulate game plans around a certain map. You're gonna have to just kind of go off it as quickly as possible because you only got about 1 minute to decide. So, you know, that's gonna be hard because you won't be able to pick stuff like Toy Merchant and whatnot, because we saw that Toy Merchant pick earlier, but won't be able to pick Toy Merchant on round 2 or round 4 because if you get Arms Factory, it's not gonna be as effective. But let's see here. It's time for Mean Girls to pick a hunter, and they're gonna be starting things off with Anne, actually. Okay. Not sticking with the same pick from last time. It's gonna be Anne. Okay. I guess maybe they were hiding this Anne for the finals, potentially? Maybe that's the case. We'll see. We shall see. But Anne has been also a quite common hunter that we've seen. I think this is I want to say the 3rd or 4th time that we've seen Anne in this tournament. So very, very common hunter. I mean, she can just deal with harassment very easily, so it does make sense to have multiple Anne picks here. Very popular hunter, not just for Tarot, but in the official game as well. I think she's one of the most used hunters in the entire game, actually. Only behind, like, I think 4 or 5 others. But now let's see what Great Value we'll be choosing here. Because last time, let's see if they stick with the same game plan. Because remember, we just got off of them doing the Night Watch and First Officer combo. But it looks like they're gonna switch things up here. They're gonna stick with the Night Watch. But now, it's gonna be the Forward. So maybe we're gonna see that Forward and Little Girl combo once again. Maybe. I mean, that was... This would be I think this would be the 4th time, actually. If we see the Forward Little Girl, this would actually be the 4th time that we'd be seeing the Little Girl and Forward combo. And it looks like it's going to be a Batter King pick from the side of Mean Girls as well. I think they're sticking with the Batter as well. So our characters are going to be Batter and Forward for our Kings. And then for our Knights, we have Night Watch. Very fitting that Night Watch is a knight. The Night Watch. Huh. And then Anne as well. Okay. Interesting. So, I guess the match will start very, very soon here. Breaking wheel. I think I forget. I don't think did we see a breaking? I don't think we actually saw a breaking wheel. I'm actually kind of surprised we haven't seen one yet. I think he is in Tarot. I'm not 100% sure. Anyways, looks like we're about to get ready here for our finals matchup, of course. This is going to be round 1 of finals. Let's make sure we have the right teams out here. This is going to be, of course, Mean Girls versus Great Value for the finals. And let's make sure the score is all right here. Okay. Let's move this over a tad. And then let's move this over a tad. Oh, not that, actually. This. I'm still moving numbers, wait. That's fine. Okay. Here we go. Oh, I'm feeling the nerves now, dude. I'm feeling the nerves now. It's time for the finals, baby. It is time for the finals. Forward and Batter. And yep, there's that little girl. Sticking with the XXXholic theme as well. I think we've seen this before. But the little girl and Forward combo, that vaulting speed is going to go absolutely insane. We're actually seeing a Dancer Squire. Interesting. I don't think we've seen a Dancer before yet, have we? Interesting. Yeah, I think I'm trying to think back. I think this is the first Dancer Squire that we have actually seen in this tournament. That's going to be interesting. I mean, I think the issue with Dancer is that she only gets 3 boxes and doesn't really have like a rechargeable resource. But at the same time, it could be very, very annoying in the early game, especially if you like keep picking up the boxes as well. That could be very annoying for the Night Watch. That's for sure. But we'll see. This is, of course, only the first round, and each of these teams needs to get 3 wins. Whoever wins 3 first will be the winners of this tournament. So let's see here. I guess we're starting things off here with the Anne. Let's take a look-see at our item pick here. We're going to see Insolence on this Anne as well to start her early game off a little bit better here. But having Tolerance on that path as well will help quite a bit as well. Looks like Ford actually is going to use a lot of the football immediately just to get out of the range. That's quite interesting. Getting out of the range of that cat. For those who don't know, if you football while the Anne tries to steal you, you will actually be able to use that speed boost and not get your item sealed with that cat. It's a very good strategy to use in something like Duo Hunters if you have like a football and something else as your item. And you're up against an Anne, of course, trying to steal your item. But yeah, a pretty good starting chase here. It looks like we're going to be decoding with a couple of our survivors here as well. We're going to drop off these cats, and unfortunately, the little girl tried to take a cat, but the Ford still ends up taking one. So that's going to be first blood drawn here from this Anne here. Already reaching her first presence, so now she's going to have that cross. But it's going to make things a little bit trickier for this Ford. Little girl is not yet attached either, so he does not have that that super fast that vaulting yet. And with the confined, it's going to make things a little bit harder to use that. But what a nice jump from this Anne here. Very good curve jump. Although, yeah, it's going to be really hard to get that initial hit. But let's check in here with the Night Watch, since it looks like the Ford is going to be kiting here for a little bit longer, while the Seer will be giving him a quick owl. We do see a nice pushback here being used from this Prospector, while Batter will continue to kite here for as long as possible. We might see a cheeky ball being used here very soon. Let's see. Nope, we're just going to go for a very fast vault here instead. Batter making his way into church with massive amounts of speed. And we'll just get a quick hit on the Prospector too, it seems. Well, the Dancer will continue to code, it looks like. Yeah, we do see the Seer here as well. Night Watch just paying his Squire buddy a quick visit while he's going to keep up this chase on the Batter. Look at how fast he vaults to that window, dude. Oh my goodness, Batter vaulting is truly so fast. So there is no excitement to be used. Looks like we do see a perfume lineup here from the Batter, not even moving at all, just to make sure he can focus all of his attention on trying to dodge that. We're gonna go see a flywheel, but he does get stuck on the pumpkin. Oh my goodness, the sabotaging pumpkin. I don't know if I like that pumpkin anymore. Not the nicest pumpkin on the planet, that's for sure. We're gonna see Prospector just try to go for a body block here. Doesn't really seem to work out. Batter cannot squeeze by, but does get a very lovely perfume being used here. And we're gonna continue to see the support. We do still see 3 balls from this Batter, so he has so many resources to work with. But this is a lot of back-to-back hits for this Night Watch, and look at how fast he vaults through that, dude. Oh my goodness. But Batter getting stuck in a corner, but there's the shield. What a good shield being used here from the Batter. Oh my goodness. And we do see a nice stun being used, but the addiction means that that stun will barely buy any time with that stun. And another dash to catch up here, pushing him on back. Another dash though. The Rage Zone will not be enough to carry you through that window. Let's see. You don't want to go through. Look at how fast he's gonna go. Look at that speed, dude. That speed is absolutely insane. Cancels the Night Watch's wind, and now the female Dancer is here with the slow box. Both teams are meeting up in this area, though. We do just break the slow box instantly. Let's check in with the Anne here, because it looks like both. Oh, what a dodge of that cat! Beautiful work from that Forward, using the last of his ball to just get past that cat. Oh my goodness. Both of these two teams are fighting out. It's getting really, really close. We do see a down onto the Batter from this Night Watch here, and not quite a down onto the Forward, because he still has quite a few resources here to use. I hear the excitement being used for the Night Watch, which is going to make things really difficult. A jump into the wall, that's not really what you want to see from the side of this Disciple here, and does not actually get the successful seal onto the Forward's items. Not going to even go for a quick hit onto the little girl. I'm actually a bit surprised to see that. Might see a hit here. Nope, we're just going to try to use our cat's past. Little girl does grab the cat, though. We'll see another cat being used. Ooh, but look at how fast he is. Ooh. But we're going to see the shield to come out here as well to protect the Forward even longer. Oh my goodness, dude. This Forward is cutting so very well. Let's check in with the Night Watch here now. This camp is going very, very well. This is a very hard chair to rebound from, and the Batter has no balls. A very good gun to buy a lot of distance for this Batter, though. And there's the slow box here as well. That's a very nice debuff here. That is exactly what they needed here. However, there's so many resources. If it wasn't for Batter's insanely fast vaulting. But look at Nightwatch. He's like, you got fast vaulting, dude? Look at me. Look at me, dude. I got even faster vaulting. Oh my goodness. I don't know what you're supposed to do against a Nightwatch with that kind of vaulting, dude. I don't know what you're supposed to do. It's just so insanely fast. It's just too fast, honestly. One might even say it's just simply too fast. That's going to be the second chair now onto this Batter. This is looking really, really good. Oh no, and a down. Did we get to see the rescue at all? It's coming down to this Dancer. Oh no. They're going to have to heal at the exact same time. But there's the ice being used as well. The same ice strat that won them the last match. This might be the first win for Team Great Value. They finally do get the forward down, but I don't think anybody's going to be able to get up in time. The Prospector and the Dancer both get up at the same time. Can they get the Prospector has to get it, but the slip bites him in the back. Oh my goodness. The slip actually helped, and now the Batter is still in the game for a little bit longer. Oh my goodness. Barely managing to stay alive here. And that pocket watch. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe he's still alive right now. I cannot believe this. And there's a slow box here once again, slowing down that Nightwatch as much as possible. This Ann needs to go for some crazy, crazy comeback here right now. The Batter does manage to get the heal off. Oh my goodness, this game is so close, dude. I cannot believe how close this game is right now. The Batter is now dead on chair, but I don't know how many resources this forward has expended. There's not many resources left. That might not be a hit. Do we see an owl? Do we see a body block? A beautiful body block being used from this year, and now the forward still has a pocket watch to use. I'm surprised you don't see a hit onto the little girl either. We do see gate opening in 2 minutes. Maybe the forward and the Batter could try to go for the gates. If they still have enough time, the Batter needs to live for 2 more minutes. It's still, even though he is dead on chair, it's still anybody's game because they are surviving. The forward finally does go downhill. Do we see any form of support? Do we see any guns? Anything? A beautiful flower from that child. A beautiful, oh, not quite a beautiful flower from that seer though. Ooh, this is gonna be close. Do we see a gun? Do we see a gun? Do we see a gun? We see a page to buy distance. We see the cats. And we do see the freeze. We see the down onto the little girl. But the seer gets up now. He's going to have to deal with the seer. Does he have a gun? She seals the seer off. Even if he has a gun, it wouldn't matter. We're going to chair the forward here. But the Batter goes down on the side of the Nightwatch. Do they have anything? Anything? The Dancer goes down. The Prospector. Wait, the Ann is here to pick him up. The Ann picked him up. Woo! That was clutch. Only one more minute. Only one more minute. If he can just live a little bit longer. He's right next to this gate. He shoots the Nightwatch, and he's gonna position himself toward the gate. 1 more minute though. He needs to last 1 more minute because they are at the disadvantage right now. The N is getting blocked off by the seer. The seer still has an owl too. It's getting really, really close. Both teams are making their way toward the gates. 50 seconds. Another stun. But I see the Batter went down. The Batter went down. The excitement. That should be it. Unless there's any sort of clutch item that they have left. Do they have anything? The Prospector has no man. The Dancer has a box. That should be the down. Oh my goodness, not quite making it. So close. 30 seconds away. 30 seconds away toward freedom. Oh, that was so close. What an intense matchup once again. Looking at the points, that looks almost neck and neck even, dude. Oh my goodness. What an amazing game. Yeah, the King and the Hunters almost have equal points. What an amazing, amazing game, dude. That was so close. 30 seconds and that was anybody's game, dude. 30 seconds, and that was quite literally anybody's game. How intense was that, dude? And that's just the first match of the finals, too. So that we have, at minimum, 2 more matches of these teams going at it. This is absolutely crazy. Whew. And then I gotta commend that Ann as well. Seeing that the Batter went down, TPing on top of him and helping him out there, that was so absolutely clutch, dude. That was such a clutch play. If they could have lasted 30 more seconds, I think there was a really good chance that the Batter was getting out first, because I think that they were, considering they were right next to that gate, they were in position to get that, that's for sure. Oh my goodness, dude. Oh, what a play. What a play. And now, something interesting here. This is going to be the randomized map. So this is going to be weird. It looks like the map has randomized to be Arms Factory, actually. Let's go take a look here at the Ben and picks now. Yeah, it has been randomized to Arms Factory. So the second map we will see is going to be Arms Factory. And it looks like both teams will actually be subbing in some players here. We're going to be seeing Matthias and Royal Sums coming out from each of these teams here, subbing in each person. It looks like, yep, they will be banning out that Nightwatch. Yeah, I just now realized with that vaulting boost, Nightwatch becomes so incredibly strong because paired with his wind walk, he can jump over those windows so insanely fast. It's terrifying, dude. They make Nightwatch look insane. When is the interview? The interview will be after whoever wins. It'll be after the winner is decided between these two teams. We'll interview one of the members from the set. And we'll probably just ask them a couple questions, just like, what were you guys thinking? How you feeling? You know, stuff like that. But this is shaping up to be a good set. This is really what I'm excited to see. So, they ban out the Nightwatch, and Great Value bans out the Wildling. They don't want to deal with that Wildling, but it looks like instead of Nightwatch, now we're gonna see that Axe Boy here again. That Axe Boy did really well in the first set of the day as well. So that Axe Boy might not be a big as threat as that Nightwatch, but it is definitely still a threat because their snipes were absolutely insane, I must say. Absolutely insane snipes from the side of Mean Girls. And now we see now we're gonna have to probably see a knight and a king pick here from the side of Great Value here. But they cannot do Nightwatch. I'm sorry, Night Witch. Nightwatch, Axe Boy, or Wildling are unable to be picked here. So let's see. What will it be? Okay, it looks like they're gonna go back to that first officer pick this time, but now it's gonna be Wu Chang. Interesting. Okay, the Wu Chang pick. I think we saw Wu Chang yesterday as well. I think we only saw him one time though, and it was a very close match. It was a very close match with that Wu Chang, if I remember correctly. So now Mean Girls has to choose the king, and it will be Perfumer. Okay, so it looks like it's gonna be Officer and Perfumer as our kings, and then Axe Boy and Wu Chang for our knights going into round 2 here. And this is gonna be on Arms Factory as well. So I think both these hunters can work well on Arms Factory, and then same thing with these survivors. Both these are gonna be pretty good. So this seems pretty balanced at the moment. This seems pretty balanced. We'll just have to see. The only thing that I'm scared of personally is that Blackguard Wu Chang, when he's pilled up, has insane raw stats. So that could be very scary, you know, for the side of Mean Girls. But we should be getting started here with the next match very soon. Wendy is king when? I actually do not know if Meteorologist is in Tarot right now. I'm actually not sure. And if she is, I don't know if people value her that well because she only has 3 items at max, only 2 clouds now after her nerfs. And, you know, could be considered to not be the strongest survivor in a match like Tarot, where you really want that long-term survivability as opposed to the short-term survivability that is better in like a regular match. So, kind of hard to say. I'm actually, for me personally, I'm surprised we haven't seen Magician. Because Magician with like 6 wands, oh man. That sounds horrible to go up against, honestly. Can't even lie. Am I commentating for Global Finals? I do not know. I'm unsure yet, but it looks like we are getting started here. Let's move on over. Let's make sure we give Great Value their point. I'm pretty sure it was Great Value here. Let me double check. Yep, this was 1 point here for Team Great Value, starting things off with the lead in this set. Now let's see how round 2 will go. We're going to be sticking with the Seer pick from earlier, but we've seen Enchantress from both sides, as well as a Prospector Squire pick as well. Okay. Gotcha. This is going to be intense. I'm really hoping, honestly, that Mean Girls can pick up a win here, because I really don't want to see a 3-0, to be completely honest with you. I really do not want to see a 3-0, because, again, the longer this goes on, the more exciting matches that we have. So, that's what I want to see. That is what I want to see here. Yep, they're all locked in. 2 Enchantresses, 1 Seer, 1 Prospector, Perfumer, and Officer as our kings. Axe Boy and Knight. Or Axe Boy, I said Knight as if he's a hunter. Axe Boy and Wu Chang as our knights here. Okay. Do the candles actually mean anything? I don't know why they hold up candles. Does anybody know? I'm not actually sure. Somebody did tell me that the tarot it spells out tarot, but like every other word, and the T is like at the end with the clock. But I still don't know what the other symbols are. There's 4 other symbols. I guess there's 2. I actually don't know. It doesn't matter. We're getting into our second round here of our finals matchup. Let's start by watching the Axe Boy here. Let's see if this Axe Boy will cook up here. Let's see. We're gonna see that quenching effect as well. Do we see insolence on this Axe Boy? Yes, we do. We see insta on the Axe Boy, but not the Wu Chong. That is quite interesting. That's not really too often that you see that, although the Wu Chong does get quite a bit of presence here from the start. I'm not really sure what for. And maybe it was from some form of item or something here. Let's see. A good starting stun off from this Enchantress here. Actually, the Wu Chang looks like he's got quite a couple of hits onto the other side. Quite a few effective hits at the moment, but this Axe Boy does actually, ooh, manage to get the flame. And the officer's going to start, using that watch immediately. Really scared to vault. That does not want to go down to a very early early terror shock. That would be very bad. So just going to set up the confined space here while the Axe Boy is just going to take some time before getting right back in range. Looks like it's going to last a little bit longer. Let's check in with the Wu Chong here now. This Blackguard is, he's absolutely cooking right now. I mean, this is already a down onto the Enchantress. Already the Prospector is injured here. Might just see a down onto the Prospector here as well. We'll see the Bell. And then we might see the down into the Prospector here. Yes, we do. So now both Squires are downed here. And as a reminder, Enchantress does heal quite slow. So it's going to be a pretty slow heal from this Enchantress. Although Prospector does heal fast. So it's going to be a fast heal from the Prospector. We do see the Perfumer vaulting that at the very perfect time. Nice vault cancel there from that Enchantress, I must say. But I do love how that Perfumer vaulted at the exact same time the Wu Chong used the belt. That was very good here. But we'll see, or the Prospector using a magnet to shove the Wu Chong into the wall. Perfumer's getting so much distance here. A bell being used to knock down that Enchantress, but will we see a hit here onto the Perfumer? We do sneak a hit into the Perfumer. Oh, wow. We're going to use Excitement, even though that stun probably would have lasted maybe a half a second. We are going to move over here, and we Soul Siphon. I don't think the Perfumer will be able to vault that now. No Perfume being used, even though that's White Guard charge attack. I'm actually a bit surprised here. Oh, what a stun. That lasted no time. Oh my gosh, that was a 3-stack, and it lasted hardly any time. What was that? Look at all that stun reduction, dude. There is so much stun reduction on this Wu Chong right now. Those stuns mean nothing. Oh my goodness, dude. A nice Perfume being used in the Perfumer here. That attack recovery is the only thing keeping them in the game. Once his attack recovery is better, this is going to be very scary from the side of the Wu Chang. We're going to see the Bell, a hit onto the Perfumer, but she cannot go back, but she does go back in time. Ooh, the Bell, the cancel, the double stun. What is even going on right now? We're going to knock down that Enchantress. Look at how fast he is right now. That attack recovery is absolutely bonkers insane. How's the Axe Boy doing here? Looks like both Kings are at equal health right now. The Seer does still have an owl. We do see a quick stun being used from this Enchantress here as well. Looks like things are going pretty well for the side of the Wu Chang, but the Axe Boy seems to be struggling a little bit here. I mean, they're just looping Factory, which is just definitely a big pain. They keep taking down his trees too, which makes things pretty tough. But what a snipe from that Axe Boy. Unfortunately, the Seer not able to get the owl in time for that snipe. I mean, that's actually kind of game changing here. We might see the Axe Boy sneak in the vault. Look at how fast he vaults through that with the restful road there. Oh my goodness. Do we get to see the down to the officer? We unfortunately are going to be hitting the Enchantress here instead. Of what a play from that Enchantress getting in that clutch body block there. Very good, I must say. And now it looks like the tables have actually turned here because the Perfumer is at full health from the side of the Wu Chang. And then this Axe Boy is almost down in his first officer unless he gets a heal off here soon. This is going to be a down. Do we see any flames ready? I don't think we see any flames ready just yet, but we might see a nope, we do see the heal ready soon. Can we get a flame snipe? We do snipe down, but unfortunately it's that Enchantress again. This Enchantress is a pro body blocker. We hit the Seer here as well, who does now have another owl to work with. Looks like the Axe Boy has completely given up trying to just target down that first officer before the heal is ready. Let's check in with the Wu Chang now. Looks like he's doing a little bit better here, I must say. We're going to knock down that... Oh my, that attack recovery. Why did he even bother exciting that? There's no reason to. Dude, he's so fast. He chews through pallets like it's nothing. Every stun lasts 0 seconds. Look at this. It's like he wasn't even stunned. Oh my goodness, dude. His attack recovery, his pallet, like, he's staying his Blackguard for a reason, because why bother going White Guard? His raw stats are just insane. Look at how fast he is with that impulsive. Oh, if it wasn't for these items, dude, if it wasn't for these items, they'd be cooked. He's gonna swap to White Guard here now, but unfortunately, nobody gets in that Soul Siphon range. Gonna go for the speed boost here. Do we see him catch up? Unfortunately, he's kind of lost on this Perfumer right now, I must say. I will commend both teams for using a really good strategy of drinking the healing drink while also using the pocket watch. But we do see the first down is now onto this perfumer. We do have no magnets from this Processor. Enchantress does not have a stun just yet. We will see the Blackguard being used here just to try to just prevent and protect him here a little bit, because he does not have that excitement ready just yet. But that's going to be the first chair from the side of the Wuchang. We will bell and hit this Enchantress down here as well. But we will see the rescue being onto the Prospector. Let's see. We do see the gun being used, but the excitement is ready, and that's a Terror Shock! That is going to be a stuffed rescue. They're going to have to pick themselves up at the exact same time. But now the ice is coming out here. This might be a second win here from the side of this Wuchang. Gonna go down, but the Prospector picks himself up. They should be able to get the rescue. They do manage to get the rescue. I don't know if it was before half, actually. I'll have to go back and double check the VOD. I think it was before half, just in time, which is really, really good. But now this is looking like the Wuchang's game right now, dude. Look at how fast he is. He's just so fast. These raw stats are absolutely insane. What are you supposed to do against something like this? He's just so incredibly fast and has stun reduction for days. Can they get any harassment? They can't. This gate's going to open in 2 minutes, though. They're going to have to last 2 more minutes because they are currently behind right now. This Axeboy, unfortunately, is struggling just to get a single hit down onto this officer. I mean, he just keeps on healing. He still has pocket watches to use. And this Enchantress, I think, has body blocked so many times. They're just rounding around this factory area, and there's just nothing that he can do. He's simply too slow. There's nothing that he can do. He can't bell past people. This Axeboy just has to keep eating through these survivors over and over and over who probably have maximized heal. I mean, this Enchantress is picking herself up over and over and over so incredibly fast. We're gonna see both hunters and survivors in this factory area momentarily. It looks like the Wuchang's group will be transitioning out, though. We do have 1 minute now. Oh, the Axeboy will come in. Well, he'll pick up the perfumer time. What a clutch save from this Axeboy, coming in right when the perfumer went down. That is exactly what they need right now, because the gates will be opening in 1 minute. The perfumer has to last 1 more minute here. 1 more minute. What a pallet stun. Excitement being used. That's the third excitement he's used for a gosh darn pallet stun. Does perfumer have anything else to use here? We do see a drink being ready, but can we use it? We do use the drink, but is it enough? Does he go over it? He doesn't go over it. He's not over. And perfumer flywheels the soul siphon. We do have the pallet here to use. He's stuck here now. They need to last 50 more seconds. Lightning fast pallet break, dude. Lightning fast pallet break. Oh my goodness. They're just blocking up the window, but he managed to get in through, canceling it, shoving him, doing everything that they can. Decoys to block off. They get the heal off. 40 seconds remain. It's going to be so close. The Axeboy is just killing the squires, but with the bell, he's not in bell range. He didn't go over the thing. Oh, it's going to be so close. We knocked down the Enchantress again. And maybe the Prospector too. We knocked down the Prospector too. The perfumer has to last just a little bit longer. 20 seconds. It's going to come down to the gate. Whoever gets to the gate. How close is the officer to the gate? He's not close to the gate. Neither team is close to the gate. The perfumer goes down. The perfumer goes down. Do they have anything to stun with? They don't. No gun. No magnet. That's it. No, but the gate was open in 10 seconds. Oh, they almost made it. They almost made it. So close. Oh, the raw stats on that Wuchang, dude. And now we can even hear the bell in the background. Look at that. The siren in the background playing, letting us know that exit gate is open, even though the match has already ended. Oh my goodness, dude. That was just absolutely insane. That Wuchang just was cooking so hard. Now the question is, do you ban the Wuchang or do you ban the Night Watch? Both those characters' raw stats, especially Blackguard Wuchang, is just absolutely insane. He's breaking pallets at the speed of light, taking stuns like at the speed of light. The stunning, the pallets, his interactions are just so fast. I don't know what you're supposed to do. The Great Value is just looking unbeatable right now. They are truly looking unbeatable. If this was a 2-round set, it'd be over. Luckily, it's finals, so we can still see a comeback here from Mean Girls. But I think this is gonna go to Great Value at the moment. I don't know. They're gonna need some form of comeback. They're gonna have to come up with some sort of game plan. I don't know what it's gonna be. I think the map is. Let's see. Let's check in again. The map is going to be. Let's see. It's gonna be hospital this time around. Okay, so we've had church, we've had arms. Now it's time for hospital. It's gonna be hospital for round 3. Oh, this is gonna be tough. It looks like they're subbing in a few more. They're subbing in a few more players here. Actually, looks like we'll be subbing Royal Sums for the 24th night, and we'll be subbing Matthias for K1C4I, which is interesting. Very, very interesting. So we at least get a round 3. Even if it's finals, because it's best of 5, we do finally get our round 3. The big question is, can we push it beyond? We did see Mean Girls choose Toy Merchant on this map last time, and it seemed to work very, very well. So honestly, if we can see another Toy Merchant pick, that might be what Mean Girls needs to come back in this. I don't know if they will offer that Toy Merchant again, but that Toy Merchant worked out really well last time, so maybe they want to go for that Toy Merchant play again. It'll have to see. But it looks like they are starting to ban in picks here. Let's go over and see. Looks like they're going to be banning out Fool's Gold, actually. Interesting. Oh, they did pick Fool's Gold on Hospital. That is true. So that makes sense, banning out that Fool's Gold there. I actually do agree with it. Yeah, that's the other thing is, like, when Wu-Chang gets that that ability pill, not only does he have, like, so many more bells, like, he has a bell, like, what, every 9 seconds or something? That's so terrifying. But any distance you get, he can just catch up with Umbrella. Like, if you football, he'll just Umbrella and catch up instantly. That's the thing. And because the cooldown is only 20 seconds, he basically has a teleport every 20 seconds. That's terrifying. That is absolutely terrifying. So do you deal with the Wu-Chang or deal with the Night Watch? I don't know. Looks like Mean Girls is gonna stick with the Axe Boy though. I'm surprised they're sticking with the Axe Boy. They're not gonna change things up. That's interesting. I feel like that Axe Boy struggled quite a bit. I mean, I was watching both ends, but it looked like the Axe Boy was playing nearly the entire match in that factory area, and they just kept looping him through the windows. The Enchantress just kept getting those crazy body blocks, and anytime they caught up, the officer used a pocket watch, which was just so incredibly difficult. But now we cannot use Fool's Gold. I'm sorry, Fools of Gold. Fool's Gold, Night Watch, Officer, and Wildling are all unable to be played here. Let's see. Will they choose Wu-Chang again? They will choose Wu-Chang again. Okay. They're going to have to come up with a plan for that Wu-Chang, that's for sure. I don't know what it is, but that Wu-Chang absolutely went crazy in round 2. So they're going to need some answers here. I don't know what the answers are going to be, but they need some answers to that Wu-Chang. Like now, otherwise it's going to be it for Mean Girls. And we'll see Great Value take it. We'll have to see. And the Perfumer pick, I mean, Perfumer has been probably the most played king, so we'll see. Yeah, it looks like Mean Girls will lock in that Toy Merchant again. Interesting. It will be the Toy Merchant. All right. So we have Toy Merchant and Perfumer as our kings, and Wu-Chang and Axe Boy as our knights. So we're actually running it back in terms of the hunters. The hunters are going to be the exact same, which is interesting. Very, very interesting. But yeah, as a reminder, Great Value only needs one more win in this set, and they will win it out. Mean Girls needs to try to push for this round 4 situation, and then potentially a round 5. So yeah, this is going to be 2 points. This is the first time I'm running down a 2. That's crazy. This is now going to be 2 points for the side of Great Value. And will Mean Girls be able to get anything here? That is the big question. Will they be able to pick up any wins, or will it be a 3-0? That's the big question here. And it's on Hospital too. I think all the Hospital matches have probably been the most exciting, because with it being the strongest survivor map, it means that the hunters tend to struggle a little bit more, which means that the matches last longer, which also means we get to see those gate escapes. And that's what I like to see, is those when we have to get out the exit gates here. But here we go. We're getting into it. Potentially the final match of the tournament. Let's see how it goes. Will they change up the squires at all? That's the big question. Will the squires change up here? There's the Perfumer. There's the Toy Merchant. There's the Wu-Chang and the Axe Boy. We're going to see Little Girl and Prospector here. And then Seer and Enchantress. Okay. Interesting. It looks like they're not switching things up here from the side of Great Value. But Mean Girls is switching things up a little bit here. The Little Girl. Now, the Little Girl combo with the Toy Merchant did pretty well last time, from what we saw. But will it be enough to take down this Wu-Chang? Because this Wu-Chang, bro, is just absolutely insane. Just the raw stats on him was just insane. I just don't know what you were supposed to do against that. He just had such insane stats. And like, he has so much stun reduction, impulsive, the speed pill, the interaction pill, the attack pill. It's just so much to deal with. So maybe we'll see some build changes from the Hunter sides as well. I don't know. Well, all I know is that Mean Girls needs to pick up this win. Otherwise, this will be the final match. Let's see. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, not a single cowboy. I'm so surprised we have not seen a single cowboy. I'm surprised Mean Girls didn't try to go for some form of sabotage gameplay. Because we still have not seen that cowboy yet. Not a single cowboy. Alright. Here we go. Let's start off by watching the Axe Boy here. We'll take a look at the items. Insolence on that Axe Boy. No insto on that Wuchang. And he's going to teleport right on top of them, though. Right on top of them. While Axe Boy's going straight to Shaq. Looks like the Wuchang's already getting a hit on that Prospector. Oh my goodness, that is crazy. Yep. We're already here at Shaq. Let's set up this confined space here real quick. Cannot cancel the vault here in time. But this Perfumer needs to have the absolute kite of her life. If anybody can do it, it's Niamori skin, that's for sure. And also Royal Sums has been doing very well here. Let's see. Yeah, you cannot continue looping Shaq because of that confined space. So you're going to have to start transitioning out. Do we see any flames here? Might need to see a perfume. Nope, we're just going to drop a quick tree here. Okay, did bait out a perfume though. If nothing else, you're getting those items out, and that's really important here. Let's see. Do we see the flame? Do we see any flames here? We do see a flame. A beautiful flame hit onto the Perfumer and a follow-up hit onto the Enchanters. That's a beautiful double hit from that Axe Boy here. That's a really nice start. Lots of presence for this Axe Boy too. Getting closer and closer to that that coveted full presence. Let's check in with the Wuchang now here. Actually struggling a bit here. Has a lot of distance. That's the biggest thing I think right now. Is if the Toy Merchant can keep up this distance, they'll actually be really good. I think the weakness here is to force this Wuchang to have a terrible early game. Burn all of their items at the start to just make sure he has no presence and no abilities to work with. What a beautiful page from Little Girl, canceling out that umbrella. He does excitement, but not in time. And now this Wuchang is stuck with no abilities for the next 20 seconds. A pushback does not reach, but now the Toy Merchant can get even more distance. This is actually a really good start for Mean Girls. It looks like Mean Girls is definitely dominating on this type of map, that is for sure. And heading over to this ruins area, this Wuchang still has nothing to work with here. I must say, this is a very good start from the side of Mean Girls. Let's check in now back to this Axe Boy since this Wuchang seems to be struggling a little bit here. Unfortunately, that Enchantress cannot cancel that vault in time, but Axe Boy's still struggling a little bit too. I mean, he has a lot more presence to work with, but once he gets to that full presence, that's when things are going to hit a lot harder, that's for sure. Because, okay, just another stun to slow it down. Looks like just going to try to not really cancel the vault, but just kind of work with this loop. We do see a lot of stun reduction, though, from the side of this Axe Boy. And no trees to work with at all, actually, either. He will smack that Enchantress down. And now, we do have full presence ready for this Axe Boy. But the Wuchang has still only got a single hit in this game onto that Prospector. And this entire time, it looks like that Prospector has kind of just been decoding here. But now, as you can see, that full presence is taking its effect because the Perfumer is so very slow. Do we see the flame being used? We do not see a flame. Probably because he can't really use it at the moment here. Let's see. We do see the Enchantress blocking that God Palette. She'll just get swung at. Just here for the body blocks. Although she did use a watch and died because of it. I'm not really sure why she used that watch. That was a little bit odd here. But now we see the Seer here to protect. He might have to go for a quick hit on the Seer. He's actually not. He's going to go around. I'm surprised he doesn't even try to hit the Seer there just for, you know, for points and whatnot. Does lose track of the Perfumer here for just a little bit. But that's, of course, why you got that Clairvoyance. It looks like he's still going to get any distance here. But same with this Wuchang. I mean, not really getting much distance here. Did finally get a second hit because now he has the bell. See, this is when things are about to start stacking up. Once you start getting all these hits, that's when things are about to start going crazy. Little Girl's just doing really good at body blocking. Look at that, slowing him down immensely, dude. So very much here. Yeah, so this is a much slower pace game, I will say. This is super slow. I mean, it's hospital for you. It's so difficult to get these survivors down. Do we see any flywheel or anything? We do see excitement for that page. The Little Girl will block for this Toy Merchant here, and now we're gonna see the glider being ready once again. Will the Wuchang commit to using an umbrella here, or will he just keep watching? Let's see. We're just going to try to heal out as long as we can. We do land right on top of that Toy Merchant. We're going to see the perfume being used here as well. A beautiful perfume back. Does she manage to make the drink in time? She does not, unfortunately, get that drink in time. Just seconds away. And now this Wuchang is at full pres too. And this is bad. Unless the Toy Merchant has flywheel here, she's going down. There's no support. Where's this Prospector? Where's the Prospector at? Oh, here he is. They're both here. Oh, no! And the gun is too late! Oh no! That's a huge mishap here from the Squires of Mean Girls. All of a sudden, this Wu Chang is taking the match into his hands. They're both down now, and they're not timing their self heals properly. He cannot get that rescue. It might even be before half. He might even set up the ice trick again. Let's see if he has the ice. He might go for the ice. A beautiful flywheel. There's their self heals. They do manage to get the rescue before half, so they're still in this, but the bell is making this very, very difficult now. But we just go for a hit. We do get the elbow pad for distance here. We might need to go for a second one because look at how fast this Wu Chang is. Using the speed boost over and over and over. Another elbow pad being used here. But the bell is ready again. He misses the bell though, but vaults into the Wu Chang. What a beautiful mind game. The little girl did not warp in on time, just a few seconds too late. Do we see a gun? Do we see anything? Nothing. This is gonna be the second chair. They're gonna have to do something. This Wu Chang is taking the game. He had a terrible early game, but this comeback is insane. I think it might be over here for Mean Girls. Where's this prospect? The prosecutor is here to help out. He will get shot. The excitement. Wait, they don't make that rescue. The flywheel. Oh no. Do they get up in time? Is this it? Is this it? Does the exploit come in for a save? Do they? Can they? The ice. The bell. Is there any way? The stun? Any way? No, it's not going to be enough. The ice. The ice was too much. The ice was too much. The comeback. Oh my gosh. The ice is too much. The king of ice, Wu Chang, wins it in the end. Not a good start, but once he got that bell, he snowballed. That's all it took, dude. Once he got that presence, he just snowballed and just took the game. That is all it took. And that is going to be a 3-0. A 3-0 from the side of Great Value, which means they are the winners. Oh my gosh. That was just insane. That was whew. What an insane matchup. It is crazy that every set that we have watched, every single set was always something to 0. It was either 2-0 or 3-0. That is insane, dude. That is absolutely insane. Oh my goodness. Yep. Great Value are the winners. Oh my goodness. That is absolutely insane. And which means, let's see here. Yep. They are the champions, of course. Good stuff to Team Great Value. Yeah, that Wu Chang, dude. Oh my goodness. That's terrifying. I don't want to fight that. Oh my goodness. I would not want to fight that for sure. That seems absolutely terrifying. Sheesh. That is absolutely terrifying. Okay. But it looks like we're gonna have an interview here very soon. Just getting it ready here. Yes, okay. Let's see here if we can get a quick interview here with Great Value. Actually, I could maybe move rooms if needed as well. Oh, hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how are we feeling after that win? First off, I guess real quick, introduce yourself since you are on the stream. Let everybody know who you are, what team you represent. Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Lacard, everybody, and I represent Team Great Value.
All right, and what role were you on that team?
I was the knight.
Ah, okay, interesting. I see. I hope everybody can hear well. Oh man, the chat's going crazy as well. So I guess,
dude, that match was fun.
Yeah, it looked like so much fun. Oh my goodness. I gotta ask, first things first, just how are we feeling after the win? That's the first question.
It was a lot of adrenaline, dude. Like, I love going against in these like intense scenarios, and then after like the match, like this adrenaline just starts to go down, but you feel it. Like this whole rush, you just feel it. And then when it's over, it's just like, I want more, man. I want more.
Oh yeah. No, I mean those matches were intense, dude. They were insanely intense. Like back and forth and back and forth. And like even though like there were some slow starts some there, like especially the Wu Chang, dude. Oh man, the Wu Chang comebacks. Whoo! Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I was expecting my Wu Chang to get banned, man. I was actually getting nervous about that. I was like, I don't know who to play next.
Yeah, I just the absolute raw stats on that thing are just terrifying. I mean, as a spectator, I'm scared. I'm not even playing. I'm scared. Oh my gosh. So I guess yeah. Next question. I guess is about the team comps. I mean, coming into the tournament, did you guys practice at all? Like, did you guys play in Terra mode, experiment with stuff? I'm kind of curious.
So we've been playing Terra for years, dude. Like we've been playing, just casually playing it. But my buddy Simi, she's the one that introduced me into all this. Mentions this whole tournament, and then we just started locking in. Every match that we went into, every Terra match that we played, we're like, okay, what did we do wrong? What should we do like to do better? What character should we play? We became massive tryhards all of a sudden, and the conversations were amazing, dude. It's very fun to find out like your team actually cares about this and wants to lock in and go for something.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. That's awesome, especially finding like-minded people to be a part of a team with. So I'm glad this tournament was where you guys could shine. I mean, especially if you've always been a bit of a tarot nut. This is finally where you get to show your skills off. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
And then I guess for you specifically, where were these hunter picks coming from? Because we didn't really see many hunter picks that were the same as others. You picked that Wu Chang, that Night Watch. I mean, everybody else is out here, picking Ann. I think there was like a Hullabaloo and whatnot. It's like a lot of different hunters. Where were the hunter picks? I guess the night picks, I should say. Where were these hunter picks coming from?
With Night Watch, I'm very oppressive. I feel like I'm constantly on people with Night Watch, especially with the new recent buff they added to him, where he gets like 2 charges, and then Wu Chang generates points like crazy. Something impressive about this tournament is that people knew how to counter pick me in a way where it's just like, okay, we should bring in like solo kiters or like the king with a little girl squire. That was like really ruining my chances to get points. Usually I have no problem with this, but these guys were amazing. They were great.
Oh yeah. No.
So the reason why I picked these characters is mostly because of the points. The moment you get these potions, the moment you get these pills, all that, they're pretty snowballish, where you just landslide the enemy team. Yeah,
no, that's what I was wondering, especially with the Wu Chang. I mean, the Night Watch, not the slowest starts of all time, but that Wu Chang, on that hospital match, I think it was 1 hit, and then 2 minutes went by, not a single hit. The second you got that first presence, you started clicking that bell, points rose up, stats went up, and it just snowballed, and they just couldn't come back.
Yeah. I was even warning my team about it, man. It's just like, hey guys, I'm not getting any points, I'm not getting any of this, but if I get this first presence, we got it.
Oh yeah. I guess what is probably the most notable thing that happened in one of these matches that was able to either maybe one of your favorite moments or just something that you thought was like really impressive, whether it be from an opposing team or your team? What was your favorite part? I'm curious.
The first round at the second match, when both kings were down and I had my excitement up last second to go for that chair. We were both so close to getting that chair, but I was the one that made it just barely.
That's right. Yeah, that was still probably my favorite moment as well. That was just so intense. So very intense, so quick, just seconds away. Absolute seconds away, that's for sure. Yeah, but I think that's most of it. Again, I don't want to keep you here for too long. I know it's late for some people in some areas, but I guess biggest thing, do you have any shout outs that you want to give? I mean, obviously, the whole team at Great Value, you guys did super, super well, and you guys are going to move on to the West Finals there in a couple weeks, and
that's so
we'll get
scary.
to fight against other regions, so it's going to be, the best of the best going up against. So you guys excited for that? Any shout outs? Let's hear it.
All right, let's see. Shout outs. So shout out to Venus Vitus, who was live streaming my game on Twitch, and shout out to Sumi2's Instagram. Please make sure to check it out. They post every once in a while. And then what else? I think that's it right now that I got. But honestly, shout out to all the teams that played in this tournament. It was It was an amazing experience. I loved it. Thank you all for this very, amazing opportunity.
Awesome. Hey, well, that sounds great. That sounds great. I mean, again, congratulations to you guys over at Great Value. You guys did super, super well. I look forward to seeing the finals. I don't know if I'll be able to cast for it, but regardless, I'll be watching it. That's for sure. So I'm excited to see what you guys can cook up there.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right. Well, good luck in that tournament. I will be seeing you soon. Okay, and with that, we can now see the total advance, I think, here. Let's see. Here we go. This is the West Final Advance. Now, these are all the teams that will be going to the finals here in a couple weeks. We have Great Value from the side of the NA region. We have Outcats from EU. I'll be found at LA, and then Siuh? S-I-U-H, I guess I will just say, from the MENA region there. So those 4 teams will be battling out here in the finals. So that is what we're going to be seeing for our final matchup. So I hope you guys are excited for that. But that will be the end specifically for the North America Regionals. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much to all the teams that were playing. You guys made this super, super fun to watch for both me, and I think everybody in the chat as well could agree that this was a super, super fun to watch. And of course, huge thanks to the host as well for putting all of this on. They worked very, very hard in the background, creating all these graphics, organizing all the teams, getting in contact with me and other stuff, with other, creators in other regions. It's been a lot of work for them, so huge shout outs to the host as well. They have been doing super, super good work. But I think that is going to be it for today. So I will see you guys later. Hopefully, I'll be able to cast for the finals. I don't know if I'll be able to, but if not, I'll at least be watching along with you guys, and that will be a lot of fun. But that's it for me. I'll see you then. I hope you have a great rest of your day, everybody. Take care. I'll see you then.